Welcome to Beyond the Page, where we dive into the behind-the-scenes scope that never made it into print at 중앙헤럴드. Hi everyone, I'm Yujiwon, the editor of Social and Political section, and I'll be your host for today's episode. First off, let me tell you a bit about 중앙헤럴드. We're the only official English language newspaper at 중앙 University, working under the Media Center. Since our establishment on May 20, 1957, we have been releasing 8 magazine issues a year, 4 each semester. Today, as we kick off our CAU in TV venture, we are taking things a step further. Beyond the Page isn't just about the printed word. It's about sharing the personal stories from behind-the-scenes moment of our reporting to the more personal insights of reporters. We have got 3 exciting segment lined up for you, each filled with intriguing episodes from our reporters. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, let's start with our first segment. The title of the segment is The Two Sides. We will present the contents of our magazine, the controversial issue article, which explores both sides of the debates currently stirring societal interest. Please join me in welcoming 장은설 from 중앙헤럴드. Hello.
Hello, I am 장은설, the news reporter of the 중앙헤럴드.
Welcome. Could you tell me what was the topic of the April issue of Controversial Issues?
This April, we debated on the issues of whether the government should implement the Internet real name system. This system requires Internet users to undergo a verification process using their real names and resident registration numbers before they can post comments online. The discussion around this system began during the 2002 presidential election in Korea in response to issues related to online public opinion manipulation. It was implemented in 2007 through an amendment to the Act on Information and Communication Network Utilization, but was repealed only 5 years later in 2012 when the Constitutional Court deemed it unconstitutional. However, malicious online posts have persisted throughout the years, and online harassment following the tragic December 29th Jeju airplane disaster has once again brought the Internet real name system into the spotlight. While some say the system can prevent malicious comments and crimes that hide behind anonymity, others say that it is a serious infringement on freedom of expression and can heighten the risk of personal information leakage.
Then, what are the arguments in favor of implementing Internet real name system?
Well, supporters of the Internet real name system have 2 major arguments in favor of its implementation. First, it can prevent malicious behavior caused by anonymity. On the Internet, severe problems like verbal violence and defamation is thriving under the name of anonymity. Supporters of the system say that it can serve as a legal measure to hold Internet users accountable for their actions and prevent such problems. And second, they claim it would make it easier to apprehend perpetrators of cybercrimes. Anonymity makes it challenging to identify online offenders, even with professional cyber investigation teams, because investigators can typically trace only an IP address and not the specific identity of the offender. So supporters say that the system can reduce the time and cost of cybercrime investigations by helping authorities directly identify perpetrators. In short, proponents believe that the implementation of the Internet real name system will both prevent and punish cybercrime while fostering a healthier online environment.
There are definitely cyber crimes like malicious comments that people commit while hiding their identity. So what does the opposing side argue?
Opponents of the system also have strong arguments against its implementation. First, the Internet real name system severely infringes upon freedom of expression. Article 21, Section 1 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Korea guarantees this freedom, which includes the right to remain anonymous. Second, the system might increase the risk of personal information leakage. In fact, there was a massive data breach at the website auction in 2008 when personal information from about 19 million users was hacked through the loopholes of the real name system. And lastly, they claim that the effectiveness of the system is uncertain. the number of cases where illegal information was distributed has actually increased by over 50% from 2007 to 2010, during the period when the system was in place. They also say that the system can actually make it more difficult to track inappropriate internet usage when domestic internet users begin to turn overseas platforms to escape restrictions. To summarize, opponents argue that the internet real name system is not a fundamental solution to regulating online behavior, and that we must search for a way that allows for free expression while minimizing harm.
They argue that regulation isn't a fundamental solution and the freedom of expression must be protected. Do CU students think about this topic?
Well, the Herald conducted a survey of a total of 92 students of CAU and was surprised to see the results. 60 students, approximately 65% of the respondents, expressed support for the implementation of the Internet Real Name System. Among them, 96.7% voted for prevention of irresponsible behavior caused by anonymity as their primary reason, and half believed it would enable easier apprehension of criminals in the event of cybercrime. Well, on the other hand, only 24 students, which takes up 26.1% of the respondents, opposed to the implementation of the system. 83.3% of them argued that it would seriously infringe on freedom of expression as the reason, with 18 of them highlighting the risk of personal information leakage and 8 students questioning its overall effectiveness. The remaining 8.9% of respondents remained neutral or expressed uncertainty. The survey indicates that many students are acknowledging the need for a legal measure to enhance online accountability, while concerns about privacy and freedom of expression remain significant obstacles.
It seems like a tough choice between freedom and protection. Then what's your take on this topic? Please tell me your opinion.
This issue is particularly challenging because it forces us to weigh two fundamental values, freedom and protection. So we consulted the chairman of the board at the Korea Internet Self-Governance Organization, Professor Lee In-ho of CAU School of Law, to gain deeper insight. In his 2003 article, The Freedom of Anonymous Expression, Professor Lee argued that the freedom of anonymous expression must be recognized as an essential component of press freedom. He emphasizes that anonymity allows socially disadvantaged or minority groups to voice their concerns without fear or harassment or discrimination and fosters social discourse. 21 years after the article, he reaffirmed his position against the Internet Real Name System, citing the Constitutional Court's past ruling against the system and the importance of freedom of expression. Also, it is unlikely that a single system can entirely resolve the issues associated with internet discourse. Online behavior is shaped not only by regulations, but also by the ethical standards of individual users. So I believe that merely reinstating the Internet Real Name System may not be the perfect solution. It seems that discussions on mitigating the shortcomings of anonymity and fostering cyber etiquette must continue until individuals universally express their opinions with mutual respect.
Thank you. We have now heard a detailed discussion on whether the Internet Real Name System should be implemented. Thank you, Unsa reporter.
Yes, thank you.
Now, let's move on to our second segment, Herald Deep Dive. In Herald Deep Dive, we select one of the articles featured in our magazine for a deep discussion, diving further into its details. In this episode, we will focus on CAU People article, which features the stories of CAU seniors directly collected through interviews by CAH reporters. Please welcome Lee Ji-soo from the 중앙헤럴드. Hello.
Hello, I'm 71st news reporter Lee Ji-soo.
Welcome. The guest of April issue of CAU People is Kang Sung-chul. Could you introduce him for CAU students who may not be familiar with him? And why has he become the featured figure of CAU People?
Yeah, Kang Sung-chul is the featured guest of April edition of CAU People. He enrolled in Chungang University Department of Physical Education in 1998. In 2008, he joined KBS and Sports as an announcer and spent 15 years as a sportscaster, primarily covering baseball along with another various sports. Then in 2024, he left his stable corporate career of 15 years and embarked on a new journey as a freelancer and YouTuber, running his own channel called 톺아보기가. To some, quitting a secure job to pursue a career as a YouTuber and freelancer might seem reckless. However, I believe that his relentless pursuit of his passion and his refusal to give up easily will serve as a source of inspiration for many Chungang University students who are chasing their own dreams. His personal motto is also, let things take their course. If it works out, great. If not, so be it. Through this interview, I wanted to convey the powerful message hidden within that one simple phrase.
We heard that becoming a sportscaster wasn't his original dream. I'm curious what motivated him to pursue that path.
During his school days in the 1990s, basketball was incredibly popular, and at one point he dreamed of becoming a basketball player. However, since he started playing sports relatively late, he decided not to pursue a career as an athlete, but instead wanted a job that would allow him to stay close to athletes. Later, upon the recommendation of his teacher, he entered the Department of Physical Education in CAU and spent his college years contemplating careers that would allow him to work alongside the athletes he had always admired. After graduating, he was fortunate to have the opportunity to teach students at his alma mater for a year, but he soon realized that it wasn't the right fit for him. Reflecting on his journey, he decided to make use of his strengths, such as his experiences as an MC while in Chungang University, and his passion for sports and the compliments he frequently received about the boys. With this in mind, he fully embarked on the path of becoming a sportscaster.
So instead of giving up when he realized his previous path wasn't right for him, he found a new dream that's inspiring. By the way, since his former job was a sportscaster, many people might not know the difference between caster and a commentator. Could you briefly explain what distinguishes the two and what exactly a sportscaster does?
First, the professional sportscaster falls within the broader domains of announcer. Since a sportscaster operated within the framework of announcer, one must pass a broadcasting company exam, undergo training, and officially become an announcer to pursue the career. The same applies to weathercasts. Since weathercasts also fall under the announcer category, they must first go through the announcer training process. Now, if you distinguish between a sportscaster and a commentator, a sportscaster is responsible for describing the on-field situation and presenting basic information in an organized manner. On the other hand, commentators provide in-depth explanations of why a particular situation occurred or why a player made a specific move. In baseball, most commentators tend to be former players, whereas in sports like soccer or other disciplines, many commentators come from journalism backgrounds. In contrast, in many foreign countries, the term commentator is often used as a general term encompassing both roles.
These days, it seems like he is mainly active on YouTube. How does sports broadcasting on a platform like YouTube differ from traditional TV broadcasting?
With the introduction of new media, most advertising has shifted to platforms like OTT and YouTube, and many companies, including the three major broadcasts, are facing increasing challenges. Even while working at the broadcasting company, Gang mentioned that his YouTube channel started receiving more advertising, and he believes that new media, especially the latest broadcasting platform, will have even greater potential in the future. And Gang expressed a desire to create the most influential YouTube channel in the baseball world. His plan is to develop a YouTube channel similar to All Baseball, where he can host the broadcast analyzing and review game from all 5 stadiums after each match. Unlike TV programs, the advantage of YouTube lies in its ability to engage in interactive communication with viewers through comments and super chats. He mentioned it that with enough impact, he hopes to grow the business further using that advertising revenue.
That's really interesting. Now, for our final question, Kang is not only a senior from CAU, but also someone who already out into the professional world. As an alum, does he have any message he would like to share with current CAU students? Please share it in this place.
This is something Kang mentioned it for students pursuing a career in broadcasting and working hard toward his dreams. And I think it would be great if I read it and pass it exactly as it said. So I would advise not to limit yourselves to only seeking major broadcasting companies. While gaining a position in a major company is great, the competition is going to be fiercer than you imagine, and the media landscape is rapidly changing. If you're interested in media and broadcasting, I encourage you to consider alternative paths. I'm not saying that you should only pursue YouTube or OTT platforms. I'm suggesting that you should think broadly. There are many opportunities beyond major companies, and exploring less competitive paths could lead to what's best.
Thank you for sharing thoughtful words. It encourages us to find our dreams in a wider world that keeps changing. We really appreciate your sharing your behind the interview with us.
Yes, thank you.
We have reached our final segment. The last segment is called the C vibe, with the C standing for culture. As name suggests, it's a segment in a 중앙헤럴드 magazine that conveys cultural trends and experience. It's especially recommended for those eager to experience the unique facts of Korean culture, particularly exchange students. Today, we're introducing CAH on Feed, where our reporters head out into the field to cover stories firsthand. Please welcome Park Ga-young from 중앙헤럴드. Hello.
Hello, I am Park Ga-young, the 71st social and political reporter of CAH.
Welcome. Could you tell us what was the theme of CAH on Feed was for April? Where did the coverage take place, and why did you choose that location?
The CAH on Feed coverage focused on the Seoul K-Medi Center, a cultural and medical hub dedicated to Korean traditional medicine. We chose this topic to explore the rich history and philosophy behind Korean medicine, which goes beyond simple treatment to embrace a holistic approach to health. The center is located in historic Yangneungsi area, a major herbal medical market in Korea. Through this visit, we aim to understand the center's role in preserving and promoting traditional practices. Given the increasing global interest in natural and alternative medicine, introducing a facility that offers both historical insights and hands-on experiences felt relevant. The center allows visitors to engage in interactive exhibits, wellness programs, and herbal treatments, making Korean medicine more accessible. By covering this topic, we hope to highlight how tradition and modernity coexist in Korean medicine and why it continues to gain global recognition.
Wow, I didn't know there was a place that focused on Korean medicine. Could you tell us what the Seoul K-Medi Center is and what its main purpose is?
The Seoul K-Medi Center is a cultural and educational institution that showcases the principles, history, and practices of Korean traditional medicine. It aims to preserve and promote the knowledge of herbal medicine, acupuncture, and holistic wellnesses. Located in Seoul's Yangneungsi area, the center serves as a bridge between Korea's medical traditions and modern health trends. It offers exhibitions, interactive displays, and hands-on programs, allowing visitors to experience Korean medicine firsthand. The center's purpose extends beyond education. It also supports the development of Korean medicine industry by offering workshops and training sessions. Additionally, it attracts international visitors interested in alternative medicine and wellness. By providing guided experiences such as herbal foot baths and personalized body type analysis, the center fosters a deeper appreciation for traditional healing methods. Ultimately, the Seoul K-Medi Center strives to make a Korean medicine more accessible and relevant to contemporary health practices.
The exhibition sounds interesting, but I'm even more curious about the programs you mentioned. What kind of programs did they offer?
The Seoul K-Medi Center provides a variety of interactive programs that allow visitors to engage with Korean medicine firsthand. One of the highlights is the herbal foot bath, which uses seasonal medical herbs to promote relaxation and circulation. Additionally, visitors can analyze their body constitution through a specialized quiz, gaining insights into their health and lifestyle choices. Beyond these, guests can try on traditional hanbok, explore a vast collection of medical herbs, and participate in educational quizzes that makes learning about herbal medicine engaging and interactive. These programs ensure that visitors not only learn about Korean medicine, but also experience its benefits in a meaningful way.
I'm also wondering, after your visit, did you feel more refreshed or relaxed? I heard you even had a conversation with the people who run the center. What kind of future do they envision for the Seoul K-Medi Center?
The staff at the Seoul K-Medi Center empathize their ambition to establish the center as a global hub for Korean medicine. Their goal is to expand wellness experiences and introduce new services that align with contemporary health trends while preserving the authenticity of traditional medicine. They plan to enhance their international outreach, making the center more accessible to foreign visitors by providing multilingual programs and tailored experiences. Ultimately, they hope to bridge the gap between traditional and modern medicine, making Korean medicine a recognized and respected form of holistic healthcare worldwide.
It's really exciting to think about how far Korean culture can reach around the world. Lastly, who would you recommend this place to, and what kind of space do you hope it becomes in the future?
The Seoul K-Medi Center is an ideal destination for anyone interested in traditional medicine, holistic wellness, and Korean culture. It is particularly suited for international visitors curious about alternative healthing practices, students studying medicine or health sciences, and individuals seeking relaxation through herbal treatments. Tourists looking for an authentic cultural experience can also benefit from the center's programs, such as traditional clothing experiences and herbal foot baths. Additionally, those experiencing stress or fatigue may find relief through the wellness activities offered. Beyond personal benefits, the center plays a crucial role in preserving and modernizing Korean medicine. By making traditional healing methods more accessible, it fosters appreciation for centuries-old practices while integrating them into contemporary health trends. In the future, I hope the center continues to grow as a cultural and medical landmark, inspiring more people to explore and embrace the wisdom of Korean traditional medicine.
I also hope this place becomes more well-known and serves as a foundation for introducing Korean medicine to the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
Listening to stories beyond the page of 중앙헤럴드 magazine, the final segment of Beyond the Page has come to a close. We hope you found this session both informative and enjoyable. If you have more interest in our magazine, please check out our physical magazines around the campus. You can find on the first floor of buildings 309 and 310, also in front of the 중앙헤럴드 office, as well as on the first basement level and the 6th floor of law school building, the first floor of Obst Hall, the Central Library, the R&D Center, the College of Natural Science, the Student Union Hall, and the 4th floor of 톺아보 Hall. It was Yoo Ji-won from 중앙헤럴드. Thank you.